My name is Ava. I'm 19 years old now, and honestly, most of my childhood was really lonely. My mom died when I was 7. I don't remember everything clearly anymore, but I still remember how empty the house felt after she was gone. For a while, it was just me and my dad. Things weren't perfect, but at least I felt loved. Then my dad got married again, and that's when everything slowly started changing. My stepmother's name was Vanessa. When I first met her, she seemed nice. She smiled a lot, asked me questions about school, and sometimes brought me snacks when she visited. I remember thinking maybe life was starting to get better again. She also has a daughter named Lily, who is about my age. At first, everything felt normal. But after they got married and we all started living together, I noticed little things. If Lily forgot to clean something, Vanessa would laugh and say, "It's okay, she's still young." But if I forgot anything, even something small, she would get angry immediately. If Lily wanted new clothes, she got them instantly. I tried not to think too much about it in the beginning. I kept telling myself, maybe I was overreacting. But the older I got, the more obvious everything became. Every morning before school, I had chores to do. Wash the dishes, sweep the floor, clean the kitchen. Meanwhile, Lily would still be sleeping or scrolling through her phone. And somehow nobody ever complained about that. After school, it continued. I cleaned almost everything in the house, while Vanessa sat comfortably with Lily watching TV downstairs. Sometimes I could hear them laughing together while I was upstairs folding laundry alone. Honestly, those moments hurt more than the chores themselves. It felt like they were a real family, and I was just someone living in the same house. The worst part was how different Vanessa acted when my dad was around. She suddenly became soft and caring. "Ava is such a responsible girl," she would say with a smile. And my dad always looked proud when he heard that. He had no idea I was doing all those things because I was scared of upsetting her. Sometimes I wanted to tell him the truth. But every time I tried, I got nervous. I kept thinking, what if he doesn't believe me? So I stayed quiet. One thing I'll never forget is my 16th birthday. Lily's birthdays were always a huge deal in the house. But on my birthday, nobody even mentioned it the whole day. I woke up, cleaned the kitchen, went to school, came back home, and nothing happened. That night, I sat on my bed staring at the wall, trying not to cry. But deep down, it really hurt. I remember thinking, how can people live with someone every day and still make them feel invisible? Things became worse when I started preparing for university exams. I was really studying hard because I knew getting into a good school was my only chance to leave that environment. But somehow, whenever Vanessa saw me sitting with my books, she needed me to do something. "Ava, clean the bathroom. Ava, help Lily organize her room." It never ended. One night, I stayed awake studying until almost 2 a.m. because I had an important test the next day. I was so tired that I accidentally fell asleep at my desk. The next morning, I woke up late. Vanessa came into my room, already angry. She started yelling immediately. She said I was lazy and irresponsible, and I would never survive the real world acting like this. And honestly, something inside me broke that morning. Maybe I was too exhausted to stay quiet anymore. I started crying and said, "Why do you hate me so much?" The room suddenly became quiet. And that's when I noticed my dad standing near the door. He heard everything. Vanessa looked shocked for a second, then immediately tried to act like I was too dramatic. But my dad was really staring at me, like he was finally noticing how tired and unhappy I had become. Later that night, he knocked on my bedroom door and asked if we could talk. Honestly, I was terrified. My hands were shaking when I explained everything to him. I really thought he would defend Vanessa, but instead, he just sat there quietly. The entire time, he looked heartbroken. After I finished talking, he said something I don't think I'll ever forget. He looked at me and said, "I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner." And for some reason, hearing those words made me cry even harder, because after years of feeling invisible, someone finally saw me. A few months later, I got accepted into a university in another city with a scholarship. The day I packed my bags, Vanessa barely spoke to me. Honestly, leaving that house felt like being able to breathe properly again. Honestly, leaving that house felt like being able to breathe properly again. I'm healing, but for the first time in years,